Oscar winners, current 2024 Oscar winners are Oscar nominees, and films they have done in the past.
Yeah.
So it could be interesting. Somebody's sneaking up on me over here. Oh, it's my daughter. She's just got a big knife. So without further ado, I guess we'll jump right into it. Scott, you want to list the films?
All right. The films we're doing tonight are Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man 3, Mark Ruffalo in The Atom Project. I'm trying to remember who was the A-Team?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper in the A-Team, and I'm trying to remember. And Emma Stone from Zombieland.
Zombieland, right. Which of these is your favorite movie of the four?
I'm going to go. It's a tough choice.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough choice, but I'm going to go with The Atom Project.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, only because Ryan Reynolds is in it, and the two of them, Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Reynolds, are like Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello. They're perfect together.
Yeah.
But then it would be a toss-up between the A-Team, or probably the A-Team next, and then Zombieland.
Yeah, I'm a huge Zombieland fan.
I did not like Iron Man 3.
Oh, I thought it was really good. I thought it was excellent. The first time, like a lot of the Marvel movies, the first time I saw Iron Man 3, I was, it was all right. And then I watched it. I've seen it a couple times since then, and I really enjoy it now. I think with a lot of those Marvel movies, I'll watch them a second or third time, and it just gets consecutively better. Like Ant-Man was another one. I saw that at the movies, and I was like, not great. It's one of my favorites now. I love that movie.
I love Ant-Man. The only thing I think what bothered me about Iron Man 3 was it looks like it was meant to be the closing, his closure. And then they did the whole Avengers series.
Yeah, well, yeah. So,
I loved the way, and don't get me wrong, I think he is one of the most brilliant, underrated actors in Hollywood.
Robert Downey Jr.? Absolutely. He's fantastic.
Yes. Hi, Mike, Alan, Landa, Tony. I fell in love with him in Heart and Soul. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
I mean, the way he just portrayed each of the other actors when they took over his body.
Yeah, he nailed it. He did.
He was fantastic in all the Iron Man movies, but he deserved the Academy Award.
Oh, for certain, yeah. So I've never seen him play a bad guy before.
I know, and he was so good. It took 30 minutes to realize with the makeup that was Robert Downey.
Yeah. They also. I got it by voice. I was like, is that Robert Downey Jr.? And it was like, oh my god! And of course, then if you look at it, he's all over the place now, and plus he's up for the Academy Award, so he totally deserved an Academy Award for that.
No, that was his greatest. That was his greatest performance, and he nailed that role. Because ironically, when I was in college at Tufts University, I had the writer of the book, Oppenheimer, Martin Sherwin, was one of my professors for Nuclear America. And him and I had so many discussions about Oppenheimer and Strauss and the A-bomb and whether it should have been built and whether it should have been used in the Japanese. And I went into this movie thinking, this is going to be a crock of shit. And it is one of the most accurate historical movies.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not the history buff you are, but from everything I know, everything that I've read in the past, it was pretty solid. It seemed really, really good.
Yeah, it was well done. And then he just rocked, especially when he started to be the two-faced bastard.
Yeah, he just crushed it. And I don't know how an actor can just switch off, being the good guy to the bad guy, just flip like that, even inside the same role. And he killed it. And like I said, I don't know that I've ever seen him be a bad guy before.
No, really, he hasn't. I mean, he can be pompous and he can be a bit of a jerk, but no, this was the first time. And he did a great job because, I mean, the government threw Oppenheimer under the
Oh, yeah, they crushed him. It was...
And just the way Downey played that. No, I think he's great. I am so glad. Hi, Bethany. Greg, how are you?
Craig's here.
I'm so glad he finally got the recognition he deserved.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, I suppose we can do Iron Man 3 first. We've been talking about Robert Downey Jr. So there's nobody out there that doesn't know what the Marvel movies are. I mean, it's now owned by Disney. Iron Man 3 is, I don't know, maybe the 8th or 9th, maybe 10th, I don't know, film in the Infinity Saga of the Marvel, of Marvel. And it kind of, I think it's in the middle of the Avengers films. I can't remember where it falls on that timeline, but it's after the first Avengers at least. And I don't know if it's definitely, before the end, because we know what happens to Robert Downey Jr. at the end of the Marvel movie, the Infinity Saga. But this film, Scott and I disagree on it a little. I thought it was pretty good. I saw it at the movie theater. I see most of the Marvel movies at the movie theater. And I thought it was all right, I didn't like it as much as I liked the first one, but I liked it better than I liked the second one. But this one was at the movie theater, and then I saw it a few more times, and I really enjoyed it. It actually amped up for me a couple of, after the second time I saw it. It was pretty good. I really like the Aldrich Killian character played by Guy Pearce. He was, I think he was a little overpowered. The whole thing was his sort of superpower was a little bit too much. But he played a bastard really well. he did that very well. And Robert Downey Jr. was just Robert Downey Jr. He playing Tony Stark. It was great. He was like you said, Scott. He was a pompous asshole, but you love him for it. You can't not like him for it because he's constantly playing the hero and he's putting his own life in danger to save other people. Gwyneth Paltrow was pretty good in it. She was okay, and I'm a huge Jon Favreau fan when he's acting. I think he plays Happy fantastically. But what are your thoughts? How come you didn't like it as much?
It was the ending, and the reason is this was the first time I love the first two Iron Man movies. I love the Avengers series, but I saw this movie this week.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to wait a minute. I saw the movie this week, and it wasn't the movie, it wasn't his performance, it was the ending of the movie. It seems like they tried to wrap this movie up and conclude it, and then they redid it with Iron Man. I mean, with Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, you talk for a minute.
Well, we can see Scott's ass as he tries to get rid of Fred. Fred just jumped up on the couch. He's trying to attack Scott. Okay, it's vicious. Yeah, so our 4 films this week, I really enjoyed all of them, actually. I didn't get to watch Scott's pick this week, but I have seen it before. I actually thought we did that already, the Adam Project.
We did. We did that, I think, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
It was one of the movies with Mark Ruffalo, and I didn't want to do just, the Hulk.
Another Avengers movie.
Yeah.
With the Hulk. So, yeah, he's been... I thought he was excellent in that film as Ryan Reynolds' dad. it was pretty good. Now, yeah. Why don't you lay into that one?
All right. For anyone who hasn't seen the Adams Project, it's not an Avenger movie, but it's like it. There's a lot of action. It's time travel, but it's got a really humorous streak to it. And Ryan Reynolds comes back from the future, and he crashes in this planet because there's something going on presently. And if he comes back to try to stop it before it gets out of control, he comes back and he happens to crash right near his childhood home. And the person he teams up with is him as like a 12-year-old. And the two of them, I mean, Ryan Reynolds and the kid that plays young Ryan Reynolds were perfect. They had each other down great. What I really loved about it was Mark Ruffalo is his father. And when the two of them get together, the comic uniqueness of them, it reminded me of like Lewis and Martin, Abbott and Costello. They fit together. It just worked perfectly. I loved the two of them in this movie. So that's why I picked this one. It's not an Academy Award performance, but it's one of my favorite Ruffalo movies.
Honestly, I thought it was really good too. I as well like the dynamic between Ruffalo and Deadpool. I think the Hulk and Deadpool should have their own film. I think that would be funny. But Ryan Reynolds is, I think he's great in everything he does.
Yes.
I've always liked him. He's just got that snarky, I don't give a shit attitude about everything, every role he plays, even his more serious roles, of which there aren't many. He just lays down how he is going to be in the film, and it's usually pretty good. I've seen him in a couple of other things in the past few years the one with Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot. I can't remember what that was called, but that was actually Red Notice. Actually, that was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good now.
Yeah, he was.
But if you want a Ryan Reynolds movie that's weird, The Voice.
I don't know what that is.
I just watched it the other night because I thought it was a comedy, and he's psychotic in this one.
Oh, really?
Yes, and you see he talks to his pets, and at the beginning you think, oh, this is him, but it gets really dark really, really quickly. And
interesting.
It's funny because he's still got the comedic aspect to him, but he goes from being just, a little bit mentally unstable to being serial killer.
Oh, and it's called The Voice?
The Voice or Voices. But, I was expecting like a comedy. I was expecting a Deadpool, and this was totally more different what I expect. It's still great. He's still good in it.
Well, I liked Adam Project. I thought it was really well done. The science in it was pretty cool. I think Zoe Saldana did excellent in the movie.
Yeah, she did.
I just think they nailed it. It was funny when it should have been. There was a lot of action to it, and it's always sort of creepy weird when you have you being with yourself but in a different time. That's crazy. And then he meets his dad who died years ago but didn't. It was weird because of course he goes back in time. And it was one of those films where you could watch it 20-30 times, I think, and you're going to pick up something new each time. It was just, and Ryan Reynolds' mannerisms are just they're great in everything.
Well, that's what I loved about the kid actor. I mean, he had Ryan Reynolds down. And one of my favorite scenes is when they're talking to each other and the dog is barking at him, and they both turn to the dog at the same time and shut up, Riley. And then they're looking at each other like, oh my God, it's a good movie.
I certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo was our Oscar pick.
Yeah.
For that
now, did he win the Academy Award for his performance?
I don't know. I never watched the Oscars.
Oh, I don't either. I don't
know.
I checked it up later, but I don't think he got the Academy Award. I never saw, other than Oppenheimer, and Barbie, I didn't see any of the movies on and Godzilla -1. But.
Yeah. I still haven't seen that. I'm waiting for that to come.
Oh, you gotta see that. If you get a chance
soon.
If you get a chance, no, you gotta see it in the movie theater.
I'll never get to the movie theater. I'd love to. Just I want to see him crashing through town.
Yeah, Godzilla -1 deserved the Academy Award for special effects, but this one was the only Godzilla movie since the original, not the Raymond Burr crap show, the original Gojira, because you really buy into the characters. They're not just a bunch of actors there to sort of connect the Godzilla Ghidorah plots. I mean, you really buy into them. You feel for them and what they're going through. It's a great movie. I love it.
Is it dubbed or subtitled?
It's subtitled. It'll probably come out dubbed later. But the other thing great about the Godzilla movie is they pay so many homages to the original. You know, it's like they use the exact same theme music when Godzilla's running rampant.
Yeah. Jeez, I haven't seen the original Godzilla. It's got to be 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, no, when the original Gojira came out, I watched it, and I was blown away at how awesome it was. It was horror movie. I mean, you could feel it when he does the rampage through Tokyo. It's really disturbing. It's not interrupted with Raymond Burr. Let's crush it. Oh, he's crushing Tokyo. Oh, he's at Tokyo Tower.
I saw the first one I saw is the one where they kill him with that. In the end, they kill Godzilla with that dissolving stuff in the water there.
Oh, yeah, the oxygen destroyer.
Yeah. I was a little kid and I cried. I was like, why did they have to kill him? Why couldn't they? My parents were laughing. I remember that my parents laughing, not at me, but because I was crying. Yeah. And they're saying, he had to go where he was going to kill a lot more people. Well, I was a little boy and I was crying over it.
Well, I'm glad they've started to go back to a real Godzilla. I mean, those movies in the 60s and 70s were so stupid. Him like doing a karate thing and like flying a mile through the air before he hits the bad guy, or doing his dance where he's jumping up and down and crossing his arms.
Yeah, I mean, they made those for kids. They really did. That was a creature feature thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Wendell likes my display case. Thanks. Yeah, that was interesting to build.
It is awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, so lots of tangents, I suppose.
Yeah. But they were all Academy Award related.
Yeah.
We may have gone down a few rabbit holes.
Oh, I'm sure we'll go down some more. So what else did we have? I can do the A-Team.
All right.
My pick was the A-Team for Bradley Cooper, who was nominated for an Academy Award. It's based on the series, which ran from 1983 to 1984, and it stars Liam Neeson, Charlotte Copley, Bradley Cooper, Quentin Jackson, who I'm a big fan, Jessica Biel, Patrick Wilson, and Gerald McCraney. It was released in 2010, and it depicts how the team members meet, and it emphasizes their particular skills. They're a precise military unit, and Hannibal Smith is the guy who makes the plans. Templeton Peck, also known as Face, is the pretty guy who's in charge of procurement. B.A. Baracus is the tough guy, and Murdoch is the crazy pilot. It's a direct homage to the show. The film, it was a little bit of a letdown at the theaters, and it only grossed $177 million versus a budget of $110. So really, it made it made $67 million, and that's not a big deal. It would be a big deal to me if I had $67 million, but I guess to wealthy people, it's no big deal. So the plot is that some bad guys steal U.S. currency engraving plates from Saddam Hussein and frame our boys for it. The fellas go to jail, break out, and save the day. That's a weak synopsis for sure, but the simple fact is that this film came out 14 years ago, and if you're an A-Team TV show fan and didn't see it, you got no excuse. The film's an action comedy, just like the TV show. Each of the actors plays their role perfectly, but in all things, Charlotte Copley steals the film. His comedic mannerisms and timing are perfect. His jokes hit home. Copley plays Murdoch, the pilot who's as crazy as a shithouse rat, but can fly anything. Some of the flight maneuvers in the film are absolutely aerodynamically impossible, but they looked really cool.
You mean like flying the tank?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was one thing. I wasn't even really talking about that. I'm talking about putting a helicopter upside down. You can't do that. So Neeson and Cooper are great, as are Biel and Jackson. But after Copley, I really think Patrick Wilson crushes his role as a CIA spook Lynch. And if you've read my theory series, which you're about to do, Scott, you will see a huge nod to this character in there. Wilson's the bad guy. Honorable mention has to go to Brian Bloom, who plays the sadistic private military contractor Pike. Bloom plays a great bad guy as well. I actually didn't see this movie at the movie theater. I wanted to, but I had to. I just ended up not seeing it. So I've seen it maybe 3 or 4 times. I absolutely love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the past 20 years to come out. It's probably top 50 for me, just because of the way they slipped in the comedy and the way Charlotte Copley does his work. I've never seen him. He's another one that I've never seen him do a bad job, in a role. He plays Chappie. I don't know if you've seen the movie Chappie. He's in the movie Elysium. That's great. District 9. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen that.
Fantastic films, and that's like his kind of role. He's played a couple of more serious roles as well, and he does a good job. Now he's the bad guy in Elysium. I don't know if you've seen that. That's the one with Matt Damon, and he does great. He's a real prick in that. He's actually from South Africa, so he's got that accent. I guess he speaks Afrikaans and a couple of other African languages. So I love the guy. I always have. What did you think of the show? What did you think of the A-Team?
I never watched the TV series.
Yeah. Oh my God! You're kidding me.
No, I never did, because it was out when I was in college, and I never got to watch TV in college. And the one time I watched it, I thought it was a serious TV show, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, the band's like doing somersaults and it crashes and they all get out and run shooting machine guns. But it was a perfect movie for what it was. A fun action flick that you just suspend disbelief. I know some of the people here can't stand Liam Neeson, but I think he's the best when he's making fun of his old personage. The Taken persona. He was great in this.
He was.
Smoking this, with the cigar, and I love it when a plan comes together, and just the insanity of everything. Bradley Cooper is great in everything. Wasn't an Academy Award performance, but I loved him in this one. And yeah, you're right. Patrick Wilson was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
he was such a douchebag. You loved him in this one.
Agreed.
He was just great, and I like Patrick. I love him in The Conjuring. I love him in Insidious. But yeah, I love it when a good actor plays a really bad, crooked CIA officer. Like, I can't think of the name of the guy, but the guy in Red 2.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, I loved him in that movie. This was a great. Oh, Hadley's with us.
Hi.
Okay. This was a fun movie. If you love the TV series, you'll probably like this, because it was the insanity of the TV series updated for 20 years later. And yeah, when this comes on TV, like the scene with the flying of the tank,
it's ridiculous. It's great.
And Jessica Biel was really good in this. She had a secondary role, and she didn't mind, and she knocked it out of the park, especially at the end scene when she kisses Bradley Cooper and passes him the keys to the handcuffs. But yeah, I love this movie. If it's on, I'll stop and watch it.
Agreed.
And it's
excellent.
And it's got a couple of cameos in it.
It does, yeah. It does. So you never watched the TV show?
I like maybe once in a while I catch like one of the episodes. One of the things I want to binge watch.
Yeah.
But I just, when I saw this movie, I went into it thinking, I'll just give it away. There's nothing else on. And I fell in love with the movie. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, the TV show went for 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And George Papard, I just love George Papard. I always have. He's such a great actor. He played Hannibal pretty well. So he did all right. And one of the things about the TV show is they never killed anyone. No one ever died.
No.
I only remember one death in the entire TV show, and it was a game warden in Africa. and that's why they came. The A-Team came over to Africa because somebody killed this game warden. But you didn't see him get killed either. You just you understood that he died. So,
and like I was shocked later to realize that Dwight Schultz was in the Star Trek movie, the Star Trek series. In there. Yeah,
he was. I remember him as well.
And then there was naturally Mr. T. This made him famous. Who was the other actor?
He played Starbuck. God.
David Hatch.
No, that was Apollo. What the heck is his? I know his name like the back of my hand. He was actually one of the cameos.
Yes, he was the cameo in the prison with Bradley Cooper.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's again. Bradley did not do an Academy Award performance in here, but you could tell they had a fantastic time doing this movie.
Yeah. I can imagine. Dirk Benedict, that's the guy. Oh my God.
Oh, that's right.
I don't remember his name. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, this is another one of those films that it didn't do really well at the theater, and not a lot of people liked it. And I absolutely love this movie. Another movie like that is Hudson Hawk. It was voted like worst movie of the year or something like that. I love that movie. I actually love it. It's so stupid, and I love it. But this is kind of one of those.
What was Bradley Cooper nominated for?
I think he wrote and directed, and he was in one of the movies that came up, but I don't know what it was. Like I said, I never watched the Academy Awards. So
no, I don't either. But I read through what they were nominated for. I read through what they were nominated for and like who won and who didn't, and I don't even remember all that now.
I know Oppenheimer took home like half of the awards it was put up for.
They should have. They really should have. That was just one of the best movies I've seen in years. And I don't know if I want to do that, Greg.
Hey, Craig, you're not going to get one. You're going to get two. The A-Team. How can you not like the A-Team? Can we ban him? How do I ban him? I can hide him.
Those movies, those TV series back then, like I loved Night Court.
Yeah, me too.
That was one of my favorite. That's when I like really fell in love with John Larroquette. After that, I'd watch anything he did.
Yeah, I mean the A-Team. So back then, back in the 80s, the time frame was different than it is now for watching, the good shows, the high-end shows. Yeah. Now it's 8, 9, 10. Back then it was 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So you go and you'd watch TV at 7 o'clock. That you'd start watching your show at 7. Mm-hmm. So it was on a little earlier. But I think it was more like a show for 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
It shot like right there. And I mean, these were tough guys that a kid wanted to aspire to be, but they never killed anyone. Nobody ever died. So there wasn't a ton of violence, but some of the stuff was also ridiculous. 3 Days of the Condor. Did you ever see that movie when the helicopter crashes into the side of the mountain and it just falls down? They stole that clip and they put it in there. And then when the helicopter's on the ground, the guys are climbing out of it and stuff. It's like it was just completely there. There's no way they could have lived.
I remember that. Hadley, we love you too.
Good night. Poor Hadley.
I know, but she's much better now. So. Yeah, no, Bradley Cooper's good. He was in wasn't he in the the one about the horse?
The one about the horse.
Remember the race horse where he goes up against Man of War?
Seabiscuit?
Seabiscuit. Wasn't he in there?
He's not in that. Bradley Cooper? That's Tobey Maguire. The main character, you mean?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my wife's favorite movies. She loves Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
The little guy. Damn. So what else do we have? We have Zombieland for Emma Stone. Everybody likes Zombieland. Craig's probably gonna say, I don't like Zombieland. Crush your scrotum in a window.
And we're not gonna ban you for your opinion. We're just gonna badmouth you for your opinion.
So this was a film that I went and saw at that movie theater, Zombieland, when it first came out. I couldn't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Zombie guy. We're big zombie people. So I saw this at the movie theater, and I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And unlike the other movies where you go and you see it again, you're like, it's great, it's great, it's great. The second time I saw it, I was like, oh man, that wasn't that good. But then I watched it again a third time. I was like, yay, it's great again. So I'm a big fan of this film, and
Yeah.
Emma Stone is great in it. She's absolutely fantastic. Her and Abigail Breslin play sisters. If you haven't seen Zombieland, you just suck. Go see Zombieland. It's fantastic. But the real winners in this show are Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh yeah,
they're just funny. They play really well together. So well, in fact, that they made a second one. There's a Zombieland 2 out there, also with the same 4 characters.
Yeah.
So Zombieland it's sort of a newer take on, well, not anymore, on the zombie genre. Just the way they are. They're fast. The zombies are fast in Zombieland, and that's kind of a no-no to a lot of the zombie purists. But me, I say, screw you. It's funny. I liked it. I like running zombies. There, I said it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't, so they kind of pooped on this movie, and a lot of people found out that there were, running zombies, and they're like, I'm not going to go see that. That's not a Romero film. I'm like, no, it's not a Romero film. No. It's its own thing. But Woody Harrelson is just hilarious. Emma Stone's super funny. It was done very well. I could not wait to see the second one.
Yeah.
And I took, all the family that would go except for Chloe, because Chloe didn't want to go see the movie when we went to see it, but the rest of us did. She's like, how old was I? I was like 2 minutes ago. Yeah. Zombieland 2. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Zombieland?
I loved Zombieland. It was one of the few zombie comedies that made it. That was good. Great action. The dynamics between Eisenberg and Harrelson were fantastic. They played their characters perfectly. You could see Harrelson as the redneck. You could see Eisenberg as the geeky kid who comes up with the rules of the apocalypse. I loved Abigail Breslin, but the weakest character in this movie was Emma Stone.
I can see that, yeah.
She was pretty. She was there for the romantic relief, but she wasn't my favorite character. I think Abigail was a much better actress in this. And then, of course, we have Amber Heard, but we won't.
Yeah. She was in it just briefly anyway.
Yeah. But, and Craig and Mike were talking, Bill Murray wasn't the original pick for the movie.
I actually didn't know that. Who was it?
Patrick Swayze.
Really?
But he passed away, so they went with Bill, which I think is better. I think Bill Murray was a much better.
Bill Murray's hard to find.
Oh, and then I love just slightly off topic at the end when they're showing the outtakes and Abigail Breslin's asking, do you have any regrets? And he goes, no. Well, maybe Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield, maybe.
But it's a good movie. Oh, the second one is funny.
It is.
You know who I loved in that one? Zoe Deutsch.
Yeah.
The Barbie girl.
Yeah, she was funny.
She rocked that. She was so stupid in that movie. I mean, it was she played, apologies out there, she played the stereotypical dumb blonde, but she did it perfectly. And you know who else rocked that? Rosario Dawson.
Yes, she was good.
She had a bit part. She didn't have a big part in that, but she did a great job.
I honestly thought they were leading into a 3, a Zombieland 3. And somebody talked about a TV show, a Zombieland TV show. But
really?
I never heard, it never took off.
I haven't heard of that. But yeah, Emma Stone wasn't my favorite character in the Zombieland movies.
They could have made her a little bit more, I don't know, badass, I guess. I didn't like the way they kept leaving them. They kept taking off on them.
Yeah.
She does it in the second movie too,
Yeah.
to a different degree. But yeah, Craig, if you can see it, you should. It's a good flick. It's not. I think the first one's better, but the second one definitely has some comedic stuff going on in there too.
Oh yeah. I mean, the blonde girl is Zoe Deutsch.
Yeah, she's funny.
She makes it. She makes it because it's just like you can't believe how stupid she is.
Yeah, but it works for her. So.
It worked perfectly.
Hey, Lee.
Really? But I'm trying to think now. What was Emma Stone nominated for?
Oh, it's like a Frankenstein movie almost, and I think they either bring her back from the dead or they make her, or the guy makes her, and it's about
Lisa Frankenstein.
No, it's not Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it was called.
I started watching Lisa Frankenstein, and it was just like 20 minutes into it. It was like, no.
Chloe tells me that it was called Poor Things, is the name of the movie.
Okay.
That Emma Stone, I believe she won the Academy Award for that, didn't she?
She might have.
I thought she did. I haven't seen it. I don't know too much about it, but I guess it's about she somehow comes to life, whether they build her or they Frankenstein her. I don't know. And it's about how she learns about who she is. And I think she goes on like travels and stuff. And I'm not really sure. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but I mean to. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
I just haven't yet. But it was. I think she won the Academy Award for it, so she must have done okay.
I don't know. I mean, Ryan Gosling was up for Barbie, and yeah, he did good, but Barbie is not an Academy Award movie.
No, I mean, it is now. I mean, I guess that's what they look for is that kind of film. It was. I thought I saw it. Just after all the hype came out on it, and I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it.
No,
a lot of people gave it, it's the best movie in the world or it sucks. I was kind of in the middle. There were some funny parts to it. I thought Margot Robbie did okay. I thought Ryan Gosling was good. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Good. But I really liked the chick from Saturday Night Live. I can't remember her name. She was the messed up Barbie. I thought she did really well. But the film overall, I thought it was good. It's not a movie that I'll watch again. But I thought I thought it was okay.
I mean, I was afraid to watch it because all I heard was, "Oh, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke." No, it's Barbie. Barbie made female doll characters popular.
Yeah.
And my sister I loved Barbie. So it was like all the Barbie characters. I'm like, oh my God, I remember her. And what I thought was the funniest part was when she goes to the real world and she's like completely shocked. They're like, why are those construction workers whistling at me? That's not right. Why aren't women doing the construction work?
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
It was a good movie, but I don't think it was worthy of an Academy Award.
No, I agree. Well, I mean, it was up for a few. I can't remember which ones, but Gosling was in it for Best Supporting Actor, and Robert Downey Jr. won it, and he absolutely should have.
Oh yeah.
At least I think he did, right? Didn't he? Didn't Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah, Robert Downey took it. And that would have been a travesty.
Yeah, I agreed.
But people were pissed off because, and I kind of can't blame them because if you put Ryan Gosling up, you should have put Margot Robbie up. Not that she was an Academy Award performance in this movie, but if you're gonna, we'll throw Barbie into the mix. She did just as good as Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, she did. I thought they both did okay. Like you said though, really an Academy Award for that? I don't think so. I mean, it wasn't earth-shattering. It didn't have the best plot in the world. The acting was good. I thought, like I said, Robbie and Gosling did really well. What is that? What is the girl's name from Saturday Night Live? She was in that awful Ghostbusters movie. She was. What the hell is her name?
Kristen Wiig?
No. I can't remember her name, but she's. I thought she was the best part of the whole film. She's the one with the like weird cut hair and like,
yes,
I can't remember her name, but I thought if anybody should have won an Academy Award, it should have been her because she crushed it. She did an excellent job. Not that this film was Oscar worthy.
No, it wasn't.
No.
They had some good foreign films up. I think Zone of Interest won Best Foreign Film.
Zone of Interest is the World War II one?
The one about the SS commander's family living outside the concentration.
Oh, right. Yeah, my daughter was actually telling me about that the other day.
Kate McKinnon?
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got to see that. The only problem is it's subtitled, so I have to wait till I have a chance to sit down and watch it.
Oh, man. You see what Craig said? Craig's on
Yes.
fire tonight.
Oh, Craig, we were here first.
Yeah.
We don't. Boston doesn't have the accent. You have the accent.
You have an accent, pal.
Yeah, we have the original.
We're from Massachusetts, both of us. Pissing on the 18, pissing on Massachusetts, on our accent. Wow, this guy's on fire tonight.
Craig, I don't think it was up for Best Foreign Film. It won for Best Special Effects.
Yeah, good point.
Which it should have. When you see the special effects in this movie, they are fantastic.
Yeah, I kind of can't wait to see it.
Yeah, the minute it comes out on DVD, I'm grabbing a copy.
Yeah, so they just released the date today, but I didn't see what the date was.
Uh-oh.
So I asked my robot, and she couldn't tell me. I don't say her name.
Fred, they want to see you. So I'm setting you free. Don't cause trouble.
But did you have him confined or constrained?
I had him on his leash. He has this habit now. Whenever if I'm talking to a friend or on a podcast, he doesn't like not being the center of attention. So he causes trouble.
Does he know he's going to get a treat?
Yeah. Oh, the minute he saw me enter the studio, he was all over me for a treat.
So. The shut up cookie. Yeah.
Oh no, I give him pig's ears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it takes him a little while to eat it. He would never sit in my lap that long. He would never. I wish I could, but
yeah. And then they get. I want to get down, and they start doing the bacon, and they destroy everything on your desk.
Yeah. There's an Instagram account, Cooking with Beagles, that I love it because the guy has 2 beagles and he tries to cook, and they're so ill-mannered. They're he'll be chopping carrots, and the 2 of them will attack the carrots and eat them. He puts things in a bowl, and one will knock the bowl over and start eating what's in it.
Yeah, I got a dog like that too. She doesn't so much knock things over, but she absolutely has to have her nose in everything. She's got her paws up in the counter with her nose sniffing around.
Oh, yeah.
She's a punk, but I do love her.
Fred?
And there he goes.
All right, Fred. You had your chance. All right. Come on. You're in prison.
Poor Fred.
You're in podcast jail. Now you know what we're like on Facebook. So, yeah, I mean, I think the actors, I had not seen Emma Stone, but yeah, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. definitely deserved it. I didn't see the Bradley Cooper movie, and I didn't see the Mark Ruffalo movie. I probably should.
I didn't either. What was the Mark Ruffalo movie? Was that the one, also World War II? He was a scientist. I can't remember.
Hang on a second.
I can't remember what it was. But I know he was nominated, or the film was.
All right. Let's see. No, couldn't be Spotlight. That's an older movie.
I don't know. Chloe, what was Mark Ruffalo?
Well, it was either Poor Things or She-Hulk.
Oh, She-Hulk?
Yes, I guess he had a. Yeah, they made a TV series.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. I saw
Oh,
the TV series.
now here's interesting. He might have been Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo were in that movie you were talking about.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was in it too.
Poor Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he plays oh no, I think he plays like her boyfriend.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I want to see Poor Things. I've heard excellent things about it, and of course, it was up for an Academy Award, so that speaks volumes.
Oh, and there's another good reason to watch it. You know who plays the doctor who brings her back to life?
No.
William Dafoe.
Oh, I did know that. I did know that actually. Who I think my daughter was talking about that the other day, and she just yelled it over my shoulder, but nobody heard her.
Yeah.
Will Dafoe. Like, oh,
I can't, Mike, Greg, I can't bring myself to watch She-Hulk. You know, I mean, it's not that she doesn't turn into the big button. Oh, Mark Ruffalo. Oh, I'm the Hulk. No, she turns into this really, really buxomy, sexy-looking She-Hulk. It's like, no, that doesn't.
Yeah. It was like most of the Marvel TV shows. It was okay.
I stopped after Endgame because all after that Marvel just went down.
Yeah. So I watched the Marvels. It's a new one. I didn't hate it like everybody else did. It was probably my least favorite of all of the Marvel shows that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, everybody hated that new Ant-Man Quantumania one. I thought that was okay. I didn't hate that at all. I thought it was decent. But you're right. After Endgame, everything did kind of go down. But they're not doing. They don't have the characters that we love. They're branching out to other things. The Doctor Strange one was actually okay. Actually, the Multiverse of Madness, I think it was called. I thought that was all right.
And I did want to see the Loki series.
I liked it, but it wasn't great. It was good.
Yeah, I loved Loki's character. He was just
great.
Yeah,
Tom Hiddleston, he nailed it.
Yeah, yeah. Him and Hemsworth were great together as Thor.
Yeah, they were.
Let's do. We need a doctor. I hate that one. And he throws him in.
Yeah, that first Avengers movie I really liked it. Again, Robert Downey Jr. Then don't take my stuff. He just.
But
he everything he plays.
The writers of the show, there's something in it I think is brilliant writing that not many people catch. You remember in the Avengers Civil War,
mm-hmm.
and they put Captain America and everyone in jail, and Stark's walking around talking to them, and when he gets to Ant-Man, he goes, "Who are you?" As if Ant-Man is nothing. Who's the one that saves the day in Endgame?
Yeah.
It's Ant-Man. Yeah. So it was. I don't know if they plotted that ahead of time, but I just thought that was a brilliant writing plot on their part.
Yeah.
They're supposedly turning all the major MCU characters into women.
I mean, ish. Yeah, they're new characters, but they're going to be. There's a lot of female characters.
Spider Chick.
That's why the Marvels just came out, and they just had Madam Web, which I haven't seen yet. Everybody says Madam Web is the worst one, but I haven't seen it. I'll watch it eventually, but I don't think it's on. I have Disney Channel for a few more months. I canceled it, but I have it for a few more months, so I'll watch it if it comes on the Disney Channel.
Yes, Mike, but if I let him go, he causes mayhem. So I have to keep him. I have to keep him on his leash under my desk. He doesn't learn. So
Max, have you been here the whole time, or did you just sneak in? I didn't see him up top there. No, Max. No, Max. No, I think he just snuck in at the end here.
But I definitely recommend, if you haven't seen it, even if you're not a big history buff, the acting is brilliant, Oppenheimer.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was definitely the movie. It was definitely the film of the year. It was really well done. I couldn't wait to see it, actually. And it was, like I said, it was excellent.
And the one scene I thought was made up was when he's meeting Truman.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Truman, Oppenheimer and Truman don't get along. And Truman says, I don't want to see that pee in the White House again.
Yeah.
I looked that up. That actually happened.
Yeah, that's great. That was Gary Oldman, wasn't it, playing Truman?
I think so,
Gary
yeah.
Oldman? Yeah.
Let me check into that. Yeah. Oh, everybody in that cast was brilliant. But the one who to me stole the show even more than Oppenheimer himself was
Robert Downey
Downey. Let's see. Cillian Murphy played Oppenheimer. Matt Damon, I forgot. Matt Damon played a awesome
General
Groves. And let me see. Kenneth Branagh was Niels Bohr.
Yeah, actually.
Scott Grimes was the councilman. Let me see. I'm trying to see who. I don't think they have him listed here. Who played Truman?
It was only in it for 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
I
and
Gary Oldman.
Jason Clarke was the really great actor. He was the guy who was interrogating Oppenheimer after the war.
And
he played the perfect dickhead.
Yeah, he plays a bad guy very well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So what are we going to rate these? What would you rate Iron Man 3?
Iron Man 3, I would give a 3. Now, I've only seen it once. If I watched it once or twice more, I'd probably give it higher. If we're going to rate his Downey's performance, 4.75. He just rocked the Iron Man role in every movie.
Tony Stark's one of the best characters ever. I'll give it a 3.5. I will likely watch that again at some time in the future, but I just watched it last week for the show, and I thought it was pretty good.
I'll watch it again just to see.
And what did you think of the A-Team? What's your rating?
A-Team gets a 4.75 because it is what it is. It's a fun action flick, and if you never saw the original, you'll still enjoy this. So it deserves 4.8.
I'll jump in there with you on a 4.8. I really enjoyed it. I liked every part of it. I love the actors. I love the comedy. The action was good. The bad guys were just phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And Charlotte Copley, just everything he did when they're trying to fly the tank. Recently, it was just funny. It was great. And what about Adam Project?
Adam Project gets a 4.9.
Wow. Yeah. I'll give that one a 4. I liked it. I thought it was great. They could build on that. They could definitely build on that world and do other things. I don't think that's a movie that's likely going to be a one and done, but they could definitely make sequels for that.
I don't think they should. They'd ruin it. I think it was perfect the way it was, and they had the whole time travel thing down right. And just all the little scientific stuff in the movie, like the big end scene when they meet the bad villainess. It was a great movie. The actors and actresses were fantastic in it, and Ruffalo and Reynolds I loved watching the two of them. You could tell they loved working together.
Great. All right, Zombieland. What do you think?
Movie will get a 4.25. Emma Stone's performance gets a 3.
All right, I'll give Zombieland a 4.5. I I saw it and I loved it. Then I saw it again and I thought it was, and then I saw it again and I loved it again. So I really enjoyed that. But I'm with you on the Emma Stone performance. It wasn't bad, but she has done so much better in so many other things.
Yeah.
What was the film? It was in the. It took place in the South, and she was a writer in the movie, and it's called The Help. Chloe just said, fantastic movie, and she's in it, and she's great.
Never seen that.
Oh, you got to watch that movie. It's really good. That is probably her best role, although I haven't seen this new one yet.
Poor thing.
Academy Award thing. But it's called The Help, and it's kind of a racial film of black tension in the 50s, maybe 60s, and it was about the black help and how they were treated really poorly, and how some of the white folks in I can't remember if it was Mississippi or Alabama, whatever, some of them didn't like it, and some of them really thought that they're the help, they're beneath us, and it was just about some of the stuff that happens in it is really great, and the story itself is great.
That movie sounds familiar. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Oh, it's a great movie, and she's good in it. So, what's her name? Bryce Dallas Howard is in it. Ron Howard's daughter.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, she's a bitch in this. She's an absolute utter bitch, and she kills it too. She kills the role.
Really?
But yeah, that's something you should for sure.
Yeah, no, I fell in love with Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World when she's running around in a skirt and high heels fighting dinosaurs. Yeah. After that, it was like, oh yeah.
I'm gonna give Zombieland a 4.5.
Yeah, it's perfect for what it is, a comedy zombie movie.
Max is just up my ass tonight. I mean, Craig.
Oh, I know he is. I know.
Craig says Rich would be worthless if Chloe wasn't there holding his hand. I was just telling my daughter you said that. She got a kick out of it. I did too. Bill, we love having Craig here, especially when he makes fun of me. I like it.
Oh, we love all of you here.
Absolutely. Max liked the help.
Just don't make fun of our Boston accents.
Right?
First. Yeah.
Yeah, we can park our cars for sure.
Yeah, we know how to bang the Yui to get to the Packy.
Yeah, forget about it. What do you got going on, Scott?
I'm loving the new job. It's a small school, so they can specialize on individual students, which I really enjoy. I'm not standing up there lecturing. The staff is phenomenal. I mean, I already feel like I'm, one of the team members. And when I'm on the weekends, when I'm not at school planning out my lessons, I'm doing some writing. This weekend is the cover reveal for the new Tatiana book, The Ghost of Treblinka. It's going to be released mid-May. I haven't picked the date yet, and I'm working on A World Gone Dark, which is a solar flare apocalypse that's going to be part of the shared world. There's a group there, like a whole bunch, I think 15 of us are going to be doing a group of solar flare apocalypse books, all of them sort of interrelated. So
I'm also doing that. I'm in on that as well.
Oh, you are? That's
yes.
Right.
So it's for a South African young lady named Bailey Higgins. She's great. I've done a couple of things with her before. So there's like 15 of us that are gonna work into that. So that should be pretty good. I've got 70,000 words, almost 70,000 words in the next book on the Theory series. So that should be coming out. I'd like to say summertime, but sometimes I just go weeks without writing in it. I've got an anthology story going on for Lee Edwards that was in here a little while ago. And that it's a pre-World War I zombie story. I guess all of the stories are pre-World War I, and I'm cutting it real close to World War I. And then the Bailey Higgins thing, and then I've got something going on for Skywatcher Press as well. I'm doing something for them in their Unleashed series. So man, I've got a lot going on. I just can't get to any of it.
I know.
Right in this weekend.
And Mike pointed out David Simpson's Solar Tsunami.
Yeah,
His 3-book series is coming out soon. I've got an advanced copy of it. I'm dying to sit down and start reading it.
Yeah, he's a good writer. He writes well.
Oh yeah, I love David Simpson.
Yeah. Good guy too.
Yeah, he is. He's a sweetheart.
Well, I think that's going to do us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made the hour. Wow.
We did. We went down a few rabbit holes to do it, but
we forgot to talk about the Wyrd realities anthology. There's a bunch of us writing an anthology. Scott and I, and actually Max is in it. We've already written the stories, and we need a few more people. David Muga's in there. I know Joe Hansen and Sylvester Barzi are going to write something up for us. Bethany's got a story. Yeah, there's plenty. D. Cooper, I think, is in there. Yeah, we should have quite the repertoire.
I'm laughing at Max's comment. Great show, guys, without adult supervision.
Well, we had Chloe, so she was here. She's the adult.
Yeah, sometimes we always joke when we do this show, Hadley's like an unwed mother of 3. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up for the rest of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. I guess we will see you next week. I honestly can't remember what the hell we're doing next week. I don't know
because since we delayed it last week, we've kicked the whole schedule apart.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, maybe we can do. If we've seen the films already, we can do 2 movies each. Well, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, the boss lady will tell us what to do.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Good night, everyone. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Stay weird.
Stay weird.
Yeah.